Welcome. Today's program is going to be lit. Well, before we start, I want to introduce myself to you. This is Dibia Wangu Chendo. All right. Let's say a word of Igofo to acknowledge the entirety of my spirits. Anyanwụ na-agbala anyị ekene kwe o. Enu na anyị ekene. Nna anyị dị asọ. Daalụ n'ụbọchị nke taata. Ndị ichie okwu na ichie nta. Arabụnagụ ezumezu na ọra mmụọ niile so mbịa ụwa. Ana m asị ka ọmaka mela anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ndị niile bụ ndị na-ege m ntị n'onu ka unu gọzie na akala akava. Ibe ọbụla bụ ibe ndado na ndụva unu wepụrụ ya n'ụbọchị nke taata. Wee na-aga ọfọma si ka ọmaka mebele ha na-eke orie afọ nkwọ. Ka chiva niile dị ire. Chi orie, chi afọ, chi nkwọ, chi eke. Unu mebele ụmụ unu ife ọma. Abịa na izu na-anọ dị n'ala Igbo. Ekenekwe m. Ezumezu mmụọ niile Igbo jiri biri. Akpọkuwe m unu. Si ka ọmaka mebele ụmụ Igbo. Ebe ọbụla va nọ. Onye gbuo eru ka o gbute mma, onye gbuo azụ ka o gbute mma. Na ife ọma dị agwụ, ife ọma gakwa agwụ na ndụ ụmụ unu. Ndị nke na-ege ntị. Asị ka atọ natava. Ndị nke ekedolu na sisi tọpụva agbụ. Ndị nke na-ekwetara na ife dị na be nnava. Sisi mepeve anyị ime mmụọ ka ha fụ wee kwelụkwanụ. Nakwa ụzọ ụdị mma agaghị ya nga na abụ. Asị mụ. Ife dị mma bịala unu. Nke ga-elu unu ya gbakwala unu ọsọ. Ka m gọkwalụ ka ọ lelụ na eke na orie na afọ nkwọ. Ise. Well, this bell is to acknowledge my Dada, my kindred spirit, my spiritual lineage. Because the topic of today has to do with the natural dread carriers. When I say natural dread carriers, you know that in the world of today, people can decide to relock their hair, even though they were not originally known as Dada, as dread carriers. They can choose to go to a salon and it will be locked for them. Now, who is a Dada? Who are these natural dread carriers? Dada is a marine gift given to special people that come from water and also different portals to this world. Every Dada is a special Obanje with a special work on planet Earth. This is why parents should be very, 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 very careful. I have seen where parents disregard this. When you give birth to a child and the child's hair starts twisting and locking, you disregard it because of Christianity. You tell me it is a archaic belief or superstitious belief. I want you to know today that if there is Dada in your lineage, it will continue to manifest from generation to generation. So every Dada is a special Obanje with a special work on planet Earth. In ancient days, our forefathers respected Dada that they were given the honors due to them because of the natural power they have. Dada comes from a lineage of Obanje. Are you listening? Now we have Ndi Ada Ezenwani, because that is what I choose to call them. We only have one Ezenwani. One Nemiri, one mother. So the rest, if you are called to serve, you are Ada Ezenwani. Know it today. If you are Ezenwoke, you are Ada Ezenwoke. Are you listening? So that whenever I use that term, Ada Ezenwani, you know I'm talking about Ndi Ezenwani. Alright? So Dada comes from this lineage of Obanje, because any family that have Dada lineage, the family has divine mandate and call to serve humanity and mankind using their various gifts. We term them ezinụlọ ndị ọlụ. I am a living example. Because whatever I say, I have experienced it. Whatever I say here on air is what I have experienced. It is my call. I am a vessel of honor. I am a divine carrier of power. That is Onatarachi. Asataromianusa. So this is why almost everything I say, I have experienced it. I don't need anybody to tell me about it. All right? Nobody teaches me this. It is a divine gift, a spiritual insight, an awakening from deep inside of me. Because I am in good terms with my Agu. And they reveal all this. I was born a Dada. So this is why I know that naturally I am a carrier of power. Even right from the womb, when my mother was pregnant with me, she said this to me when she had already given birth to me, that I used to manifest even from the womb. Even when I was in her womb, that I was different from others. Though every one of us in the family, we are all Dada, but my gift was also extraordinary. And when she gave birth to me, I came out to this world with my upper tooth intact. Ezenu. Nezana, that she normally called me Eziga, Nanji Eziga Webiowa. So why am I explaining this? Is because Dada is not something that you go and do naturally in the salon. All right? Because these days, people can grow their natural hair and naturally go and relock their hair. But we are talking about the natural dread carriers. Ndị Dada, bu Dada wee bi ụwa nke afụrụ anya. There are picture evidence. That is why it is also good for parents to snap their children during every stage of growth in life. There are evidence of it. There are some Dada that come out, they just have one matted hair. Some they have various ones. Some it looks sparingly. So it doesn't matter, as long as a child you are giving birth to, you came with it out from your mother's womb. These are the people who can call the natural dread carriers. Because Dada does not come from a lineage that is not Obanje. If you have a boy or a girl as a Dada in your family, this means you should try to be in good terms with this child. Try understand the child, because most times they talk a lot. Sometimes they keep quiet. It depends on their mood. And there are strange happenings around them. There are some when you put them to sleep in their room, they start crying because the light is on. That light that is on is preventing the Dada group from coming to play with the child. So most times when you notice that your Dada child is always crying, try and switch off the light to enable the Dada group to stay with the child and play with him or her. So it depends. You have to be spiritually sensitive and spiritually inclined to understand your Dada child. Dada bro, an ordinary child or a special child, Kobo. Likewise, they manifest in different stages in life. They manifest according to their spiritual powers. And before you can cut off that Dada hair, you must appease them. You must appease Ndio to Dada. You must appease that your Dada child. You don't just go and shave off their hair or barb it off. No. And most times, the Dada child is the one that will tell you when it is time for that hair to be cut off, like I did when I was growing up. The funny thing is that I still remember those times that I was growing up. When it flashes before me and I say it out, my mother will look at me, she will marvel. She will be like, but how come you remember all those things? I will tell her, I don't know. You see? If not because of that special ability, why would I? I recall when I told my dad that I'm ready to barb my hair. And I specifically chose a woman that was always wearing white. She's a widow. All right? I told them that it is this woman that will barb my hair. And that day, I specifically remember that I mandated that nobody should eat my food with spoon. They should eat with their bare hands. And also, I requested for a white cock and white hen, oke na nwunye ọkụkọ, to be slaughtered for me. Of course, na nna m zulu ka eme those days. So he could afford it. That was why it is always good for you to acknowledge Dada spirit before you barb their hair, before you shave their hair. Anyị dịkwa expensive o. We are expensive. Even from childhood. Yes, because we have specialty. We have special requests that we always want to be granted to us. I still remember periodically how my father would call my friends. He would buy sweets, lollipop, peppermint, different type, buttermint, biscuit, different kinds of biscuits, in abundance. Put it inside a tray. They will call my friends, come. They will pray for me. Then, my parents were Christians. Did you notice the amazing thing there? They are Christians. They were, and they acknowledged my coming as an Obanje Dada. Dada Obanje, whichever one. Because every Dada is an Obanje. Onye bialo wozo. Dada is a tribe in the spirit realm. They acknowledged me and gave me my due respect before they barbed off my hair. I was the one that said, I don't want to carry this hair anymore. I want to be like other children. Do you see that? So if you have a Dada child and they speak like this, just know that the time has come for them to shave off their dread. Except on special occasion that they said, don't touch this hair until the child grows up to adulthood. Or don't ever shave off. It depends. So you don't touch that dread anyhow. You don't touch Dada anyhow on their head. Sometimes they are prone to having a headache. Sometimes once you touch that hair, they will be unsettled. Sometimes they fall sick because of you touch that hair anyhow. Because oburaka niile bụ aka. Even when it comes to a newborn baby, ọbụrụ mmadụ niile bịa ịfụlụ nwa gị bụ mmadụ. Ọbụrụ mmadụ niile bịa ịnetele gị nwa bụ ezigbo echiche n'obi. So right from birth, you don't touch my hair anyhow. You don't touch me, even head or hair, whichever. You don't touch it. Or else, mụ na gị esebe, ọpụta okwu. So Dada does not come from a lineage that is not Ogbanje. So if you have a Dada in your family, boy or girl, be in good terms with his or her spirit and continuously give sacrifices on their behalf. Icholo ha aja. Aja ha de eli ego, just biscuit, sweet, chewing gum, ife ụtọ. Sometimes nzu oji edo, Fanta, for ndị chọrọ igbuoro ha anụ. Maọbụ ikpoje eje mmiri oje wụọ arụ were oburu ọkụkọ na akwa Igbo. Oje mmiri je wụọ arụ ya na ndị otu ya kpakarịa. Because majority of them are gifted. Fana afụ ụzọ. They have the gift of clairvoyance. Yeah? They can see vision. They can dream and it comes to pass. I remember those days. Once I get up from my bed and I meet my dad or my mom, whatever I tell them comes to pass. Whatever I tell them I see in my dream comes to pass. If I tell my father, don't move, don't go to work on that day, he will not. He will always find a way not to go to the office because probably there is danger on the road or there in the office. From a tender age, I started seeing things. Ana m afụ mmụọ. Mana m amarọ, enwe nke m ga-afụ, I will become speechless. I might not talk for the whole day. I will just sit in a corner. There are days I wake up and I talk. There are days that I don't talk. No matter whatever you say to me, I will always just use my eyes to reply you back. I will just keep quiet. There are days I wake up, I'm so happy that the happiness will be so infectious. Everybody around me will be happy. There are days I wake up, I become so grumpy. I will never talk to anybody. No matter how you try to tease me to laugh. You wake up in different kinds of mood. Probably those days, me and my Obanje group or my Dada family, we are having issues. Or probably spiritually, the sacrifice hasn't been done, or nobody has given me sweets, that kind of thing. But then, that was when I was growing up, when I was still a child. So it's always good. If you have a Dada, treat that child specially. Always bring gifts to that child. Because their spirit will bless you. Their spirit will always follow you wherever you are going to. They will make way for you. Any of their utterance is a blessing. Do you understand? And if they're angry and they voice out, it is like that. Dada is not demonic, like some people will allege. It is not demonic. It is not diabolic. Try and come close to that child. Try and monitor that child. Try and find out their mood, the days they are happy, the days they manifest. Manifest in the sense that okwu obiara na mmezu, or the days that onwere ifefa na aso. Because otu efu dada nwekwuru nsọ. There are things they don't like, they abhor. There are things they don't like to eat naturally. So they come with special gifts. Most of them are well-known great stars. They are musicians, they are dibias, they are actors, they are actresses, footballers. Some of them do it in the way of the church, in the prophet and our prophetess. Because I was once before, prophetess. Before I found out that ndi ichie na-agwụ in the traditional way, that is how I was called. And that is the most natural way to serve if you are a vessel of honor. I know most people run away because they say, everywhere is dirty, everywhere is smelly, this and that. If you see me, you will hardly believe that I am a dibia. You understand? Everything depends on your presentation, how you present yourself. If you present yourself to be presentable before people, to be clean, to be holy, to be sacred, to be pure, it depends on the spirit you are working with. Even if it's not the spirit, it depends on you yourself as an individual. How were you brought up? How were you groomed? Your character. If you're a dirty person, that means if you answer your call, naturally, if you are dirty, you become dirty. Your workplace will be dirty. So let me not digress. Only through each waja, sacrifice, will the gift of your Dada children manifest. Some of them are exceptionally intelligent, very talented, very brilliant, very intelligent, very charming, So it is not advisable that you make them get angry or provoke them. Because once they get angry, any word they utter or lay on somebody who riled them under provocation will come to pass. Don't say, Okwa nwatakịrị a. Ndị obele nsi na-emebi ike. Small but mighty. That is Dada for you. It is also advisable that you never touch or cut their dread anyhow without their permission. If I give permission, they would say it. this is when I want to cut my hair. Once they wake up, they go and bring scissors. You know it's time. They will say it with their mouth. That is, if you are the type that you allowed your Dada child to grow up to 3 or 4 or 5 years or 7 years old. All right? There are some they disregard, even right there at birth, they just shave it off. You shave off the Dada glory. You shave off their talent. You shave off their onatarachi. You really need to be careful. Personally, I think that is why we don't barb children their hair until they get to a year old or 2 years in Igbo land. Some they do every 6 months or once the child gets to 6 months. It depends. Even till date, my hair still dread itself. Those days that I was growing up, I permed my hair. I used texturizer. At the end of the day, my hair kept on falling off. So I decided to shave it off because I don't understand. Anything artificial is not good on me, like weave-ons. All right? Once I fix weave-on, I have to like remove it after 1 week or even 2 weeks maximum. Mysteriously, I start scratching my hair. My hair will start scratching, itching me. This itchiness is to the extreme. It will be as if there are substances on my hair, maybe like little worms, running around my hair. I have to lose the weave on. So most times, the one that I'm comfortable with is isiaka. I'll just weave it, cornrow. If I don't do cornrow, I will plait it. By isiowu. That is when I'm most comfortable. No itchiness, nothing. So I noticed this. That was when I really decided to shave off my hair. I shaved off my hair, every damn thing. Bata gorimapa. Alachamu ishimu mala. Then allow my natural hair to grow out. During those days that my natural hair was growing out, it started dreading itself. Once you see me and you look at my hair, you will see it. They will all be standing up. They twirl by themselves. All right? So I normally use water, coconut oil, olive oil, mixed together. Castor oil. Put it in a container that has a spray mouth. I'll spray it on my hair and now comb it. That was how I started maintaining my natural hair till date. Once you allow it and you don't even comb it, my own, even till today that as I'm an adult, it will start dreading itself, locking itself by itself. To show you that this is onatarachi. To show you that despite everything, apologoku. All right? So it's not advisable to cut or touch dread hair anyhow without permission. So if parents have Dada as son or daughter, you should always seek their approval or favor before going out for business by telling your Dada child to wish you good luck. And while coming back, ensure to buy something for them like biscuit, Fanta, sweet, popcorn, or any sweet eatable things so their spirit will bless you more. That is how to tap into the grace, into the power, into the favor, into the blessing that a Dada carries. All right? You don't talk to them anyhow. You don't shout on them. You should always give them their respect, no matter how small they are. Nwatakịrị ọbụla, ị ga-akwanye elu Dada ugwu. Ugwu bụ nkwanye. Akpachara aka n'anya ọ sọrọ gị. Mana abịa n'ụwa, ngị nwa bụrụ ya na adult. Because majorly, most of them reincarnated. Onye gbalụ nje reincarnate, ọ gbalụ nje, ọgba nje. Go and come back, go and come. In a layman's term, so that you understand. All right? Obiabugu might be 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, uncountable times. It depends till they finish their mission, till they accomplish their mission. That is how it is. So you give them their respect because of their spiritual origin. You see, the difference between Ogbanje Dada and Ogbanje without Dada is not much. Their spiritual powers are almost the same. If one is Dada or you have them in your family, I will always counsel you, I will always advise you to always maintain their spirit by constant sacrifice. Ichulu haja, because they cannot live without sacrifice. They cannot manifest without that sacrifice. They cannot, share those blessings without that sacrifice. Their spirits cannot work for you without that sacrifice. You understand? So this is the secret. If you have a Dada, please. If you have a Dada, please take care of that child. That child is exceptional. That child is spiritual, spiritually powerful. That child is extraordinary, very talented. There is nothing they do that they do not progress. Yes, there is nothing that they do that they don't progress. The only thing that can hinder their progress is when you cut off that hair, when you shave it off ignorantly, without carrying out the requisite sacrifice or ritual before shaving it off. That is where you harm them. That is where you damage their destiny. Because of Christianity, you say this is superstitious belief. Gịnị dị ife a? Biko kpụchapụ nwa isi ọsị na ọ na-eme gịnị? Gịnị ka ọ na-eme? Ọ na-atụfu ya. Na ọ bụkwa nwa m ga-ebu dada. I have seen lots of mothers say this and I shake my head. I shake my head at them because of their ignorance. And later on, you will see that child misbehaving. You will see that child become very, very stubborn, become a thorn in their flesh, because they didn't respect that child. They didn't give that child that maximum respect. And they didn't barb the hair accordingly, according to custom and tradition. Even at that, you need to acknowledge them. I used to tell my friends that have Dada as their children, please respect this boy, you. Respect this child. Don't treat that child the way you treat others. This child is capable of blessing you. They will look at me and scoff, and they will be like, what is this one saying? One shaved off the child's Dada without according respect and doing these spiritual rituals and sacrifice. And the child almost died. One sickness or the other. That is what the child has been going through. Until it came to my attention. I don't know. I just remarked that the boy has always been sick. So I asked the mom, Nnem, biagodu. She said, my mother said no, that all these things are superstitious belief. But since then, since I shaved off his hair, we have been going to the hospital. Now, no, one drip or the other, one this, one that. I said, why? So, upon everything that I told you, I was trying to sensitize you. They said, please, I don't want the child to die. Please, Dibia, what will I do? I said, okay, bring the child to me. When she brought the child, I had to bring coconut, fresh coconut. The one that has not touched the ground. I had to bring that fresh coconut water. I had to carry the child in my arms. Faced anyanwụ na-agbala. Made some declaration. I summoned the child's spirit, the kindred spirit. Gwafe okwu. sefa na ọdada ibe ha na-akpọ ha, na ọdada ibe ha na-ayọ ha biko na ọzọ ama mmezi, fa biko fa gbaa ọgụ famala ebe ndị anwa mebiri emebi n'ebe nwa anụnwa na ha na-eweselu nwa anụnwa iwe, ha biko ka udo bido, iwe ha dị ọkụ dajụọ. Na mụ nwa na-ekwe ha nkwa na m ga-egburu ha anụ, mana biko ha chịpụ ya bụ ọya ka nwa anụnwa nwere onwe ya. You know, I have to declare, state intentions, affirm. Before I opened the coconut and I washed the boy's head, washed it while I was saying what I was saying. As a carrier of power, as an anointed vessel, as a fellow Dada, that was the reason why I stepped into the issue. All right?